Introduction to large numbers. Lakhs and crores explained. Indian place value system. Calculators in the land of tens. Indian and American number systems. Approximate values and rounding. Patterns in products. Fascinating facts about large numbers. Real-world applications of large numbers. This chapter introduces large numbers such as lakhs and crores and their representation in the Indian and American systems. It starts with a story about Ashwarappa, a farmer, learning about lakh varieties of rice. Lakh is explained as 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and compared with smaller digit numbers. Explores the concept of lakh through estimations, like the number of rice varieties one can taste in a lifetime. Covers reading and writing numbers using the Indian place value system with commas. Introduces calculators in the land of tens with buttons for plus 1000, plus 10, and plus 100 to understand number formation. Discusses creative chitti, a calculator with multiple buttons, and finding different ways to obtain numbers. Explains the Indian and American systems for naming numerals and placing commas, including lakhs, crores, millions, and billions. Includes exercises on converting numbers between the Indian and American systems and comparing large numbers. Discusses the use of approximate values and rounding up, down numbers in real-life situations. Introduces the concept of nearest neighbors for large numbers. Compares populations of Indian cities and asks questions based on the data. Explores patterns in products and shortcuts for multiplying by 10, 100, and 1000. Includes activities to identify and extend multiplication patterns. Presents fascinating facts about large numbers, such as the number of kirtanas composed by Purandaradasa and the distance between the earth and the sun. Ends with thought-provoking questions and activities related to large numbers and their applications in real-world scenarios, such as estimating if the population of Mumbai can fit into a certain number of buses. Spotlight on greatness. Purandaradasa. Purandaradasa is considered the father of Carnatic music, a classical music tradition of South India. Before becoming a Haridasa, devotee of Lord Hari, Vishnu, Purandaradasa was a wealthy merchant named Srinivasa Nayaka. A turning point in his life came when he realized the impermanence of material wealth and dedicated himself to devotion and music. Purandaradasa systematized Carnatic music education by introducing the Sarali Varasai and other graded exercises. He composed his devotional songs, known as kirtanas, in simple Kannada language so that they could be easily understood by the common people. His compositions often carry social messages and philosophical insights, urging people to lead a virtuous life. Purandaradasa's compositions are set to various ragas, melodic frameworks, and talas, rhythmic cycles, within Carnatic music. He is believed to have composed around 475,000 kirtanas, though only a fraction of them are available today. Purandaradasa's pen name, Mudra, in his compositions is Purandara Vitala, referring to Lord Vishnu, Vitala, of Pandharpur. He traveled extensively throughout South India, spreading his message of devotion and social reform through his music. Understanding large numbers. Explore large numbers like lakhs, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and crores, their representation in Indian and American systems, and real-world applications. Indian number system. Learn the Indian place value system using commas. Practice reading and writing large numbers such as lakhs and crores. American number system. Discover the American system for naming numerals including millions and billions. Compare to Indian lakhs and crores. Calculators and number formation. Calculators with +1000, +10, and +100 buttons help understand number formation. Use them to explore different ways to obtain numbers. Approximation and rounding. Use approximate values and rounding in daily life situations. Understand the concept of nearest neighbors for large numbers. Comparing city populations. Analyze population data for Indian cities. Answer questions based on the provided population figures. Practice comparing numbers. Facts about large numbers. Purandaradasa composed a huge number of kirtanas. Also, the distance between Earth and Sun involves very large numbers. How is a lakh represented numerically? 1,000,000. Who is Eshwarappa? A farmer who learned about lakh varieties of rice. How is a crore represented numerically? 1,000,000,000. What is the Indian place value system? A number system used to name numerals and place commas. What is meant by rounding up or rounding down? Estimating values to the nearest whole number. What is the land of tens? A calculator designed to explore number formation using +1000, +10, and +100 buttons. What is a shortcut for quickly multiplying numbers? By multiplying by 10, 100, or 1000. What are nearest neighbors in the context of large numbers? Numbers that are very close in value to a given number. What is creative chitti? A calculator with multiple buttons, used to find different ways to obtain numbers. What is the American place value system? A number system used to name numerals and place commas that uses millions and billions. This chapter introduces large numbers such as dash and dash. Lakhs, crores. Dash, a farmer, learns about lakh varieties of rice. Eshwarappa. Lakh is explained as dash. One, 0,0,0,0,0. Explanation. This question tests the understanding of the numerical value of lakh. The book covers reading and writing numbers using the Indian place value system with dash. Commas. The land of tens calculators have buttons for dash, dash, and dash. +1000, +10, +100. The dash and dash systems differ in naming numerals and placing commas. Indian, American. The Indian system includes dash and dash, while the American system includes millions and billions. lakhs, crores. Approximate values and dash numbers are used in real-life situations. Rounding. The book introduces the concept of dash for large numbers. Nearest neighbors. Dash composed a large number of kirtanas. Purandaradasa. Which of the following numerical representations is equal to 1 lakh? The correct answer is 1,000,000. Explanation: a lakh is equivalent to 100,000. In the Indian place value system, what groupings are typically separated by commas? The correct answer is thousands, lakhs, and crores. Explanation: the Indian system uses commas to separate thousands, lakhs, and crores. In terms of the American system, what is a crore equivalent to? The correct answer is 10 million. Explanation: crore represents 10 million. What is the primary purpose of rounding numbers in real-life situations? The correct answer is to simplify calculations and estimations. Explanation: rounding allows easier approximations in calculations. What is a quick method for multiplying a whole number by 1000? The correct answer is add 3 zeros to the end of the number. Explanation: multiplying by 1000 shifts the digits 3 places to the left. What does estimation mean when dealing with large numbers? The correct answer is determining an approximate value. Explanation: estimation involves finding a value that is close to the exact answer, suitable for quick assessments. How do place values contribute to the understanding of number formation? The correct answer is adding to the number according to the place value. Explanation: understanding place value facilitates number formation. What do the Indian and American systems primarily refer to in the context of numbers? The correct answer is ways to represent numerals. Explanation: the terms refer to systems for expressing and formatting large numbers. What is the purpose of finding the nearest neighbors of a large number? The correct answer is to identify the closest multiples of 10, 100, or 1000. Explanation: nearest neighbors help determine the closest round number. How do patterns in products assist in simplifying multiplication? The correct answer is simplify mental calculations. Explanation: patterns often simplify complex multiplication problems. Which of these is not a part of the Indian number system? Lakh, million, crore. The odd one out is crore. Because lakh and crore are part of the Indian system, while million belongs to the American system of numeration. Which of the following is not a function found on the calculator from the land of tens? +1000, +10. Distance between Earth and Sun. The odd one out is distance between Earth and Sun. Because adding +1000, +100, and +10 are functions of creative chitti, while distance between Earth and Sun is a fact. Which of these is not directly related to calculations with large numbers? Approximate values. Estimations. Purandaradasa. The odd one out is Purandaradasa. Because while estimations and approximations are used in real-life scenarios, Purandaradasa is a person who composed kirtanas. Which of the following is not a type of data presented in the chapter? Rice varieties. Population of cities. Multiplying by 1000. The odd one out is multiplying by 1000. Because rice varieties and population of cities are data points, multiplying by 1000 is a calculation method. Which of the following is not mentioned in the chapter? Mumbai. Eshwarappa. New York. The odd one out is New York. Because Mumbai's population and Eshwarappa are mentioned in the text, while New York is not. Which of the following is not a calculator button from the land of tens? +10. +100. Rice varieties. The odd one out is +10. Because +10 and +100 are calculator buttons. Rice varieties is a concept related to large numbers. Which option focuses more on a specific quantity than a general real-world scenario? Earth and sun distance. Lakh varieties of rice. Bus estimation. The odd one out is lakh varieties of rice. Because Earth, sun and bus estimation all deal with real-world scenarios. Lakh varieties of rice is a specific number. Which of these is not related to multiplication? Patterns in products. Population of cities. Multiplying by 100. The odd one out is population of cities. Because patterns in products and multiplying by 10, 100, and 1000 are related to multiplication. Population deals with counting people. Which of the following is not a name for a large number? Lakh. Crore. Sum. The odd one out is sum. Because lakh, crore and billion all are terms used for large numbers. Sum is an arithmetic operation. Which of these is least related to working directly with number values? Kirtanas by Purandaradasa. Nearest neighbors. Rounding up, down. The odd one out is Kirtanas by Purandaradasa. Because reading and writing numbers. 100,000. Crore. 100 lakhs. Indian system. Lakhs and crores. American system. Millions and billions. Eshwarappa. Farmer. Creative chitty. Calculator. Approximate value. Rounding numbers. Nearest neighbor. Large numbers. Multiply by 1000. Add 3 zeros. Purandaradasa. Kirtanas. Lakh. Sack. Crore. More. Rice. Dice. Tens. Fence. Chitty. City. Million. Pavilion. Pattern. Saturn. Sun. Fun. Earth. Birth. Mumbai. Come by.